It stems from the failure of the El Camino Real Museum near Socorro. The state invested $4 million to build it, but it closed just years after it was built after having a few visitors. Lawmakers are considering limiting how many times money can be reauthorized for a project when no progress has been made.
Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen is expressing his frustration with the judicial system as a crime operation along Central continues to arrest repeat offenders. 640 cases are connected to the operation. 40% of those were repeat offenders caught on outstanding warrants. The sheriff's office says that of the 90 pending felony cases from the operation, only 14 are currently behind bars.
City officials are celebrating the successful work of ACS's Safety Violence Intervention Program. The program works with APD's digital intelligence team to prevent youth crime before it happens. Through digital programs, teams are able to detect when kids could be getting involved in dangerous activities and notifies the individuals and their families of support services. Ryan.
Rain and snow is ramping up. Most of the snow in the higher elevations as our low pressure system is moving through the four corners. Moisture will migrate to the north and east. Clear conditions will move to the south overnight. But we're going to be seeing on the backside of the storm system colder overnight lows.
Police in Espanola are saying that crime rates have gone down and they are crediting the presence of the National Guard. Detective Dwayne Epling with Espanola Police says that most of the crime in the city is tied to drug addiction, and since the National Guard has showed up, those crimes have gone down. Now, currently there are 15 Guard members in Espanola, but the city is expecting a few more.
A man is waking up behind bars after police say he drove drunk headfirst into another vehicle. On Sunday, 37-year-old Richard Gutierrez Molina was reportedly speeding when he crashed into a family vehicle on El Cerro Loop and Sand Hill Road. Veronica Ferraro died at the scene. Her 12 and 7-year-old children were both rushed to UNM Hospital. Molina is now being charged with homicide by vehicle.
A man and woman arrested in Missouri are now facing dozens of child sex abuse charges after fleeing New Mexico with their children. The district attorney's office says that back in May, Raton police were called by a child reporting the abuse. The parents William Street and Amber Say later fled with the children. You can read a statement provided by CYFD on our website. Ryan.
And we're going to be dealing with more rain, mountain snow. We're seeing that right now, and throughout the afternoon we'll continue to see that. Clearing will start to southern areas, and while snow will just linger in northern areas tomorrow morning, it'll be a colder start before our next storm system later this weekend.
Police say a deadly motorcycle crash near the Journal Center was the result of a stunt gone wrong. Yesterday, officers received reports of a motorcyclist heading north on Tiburon Street near Headline Boulevard that had crashed into the side of a truck. Witnesses say that the rider, quote, popped a wheelie before losing control. The rider died at the scene. The truck driver was taken to the hospital. He's expected to be okay.
An El Dorado High School student is defying the odds after a life-changing diagnosis. Junior Jackson Simpkins collapsed 2 years ago during band class. It uncovered his rare condition called functional neurologic disorder. Jackson relied on a wheelchair at one point, but now he uses a special harness that allows him to play while he moves on the field. Jackson now uses also a walker-like device that has him back on his feet.
The holiday season is just around the corner, and you can now secure your admission to a very special New Mexico tradition. Tickets are on sale for the annual Lights of Gisewa event at Hemis Historic Site. On December 12th and 13th, you can walk farolito-lined paths around the ancient Gisewa Pueblo. Tickets are $20 for adults and $10 for kids. Ryan.
And traffic is picking up. We have multiple accidents with wet roadway conditions. Multiple backups. First, rollover crash I-40 westbound near the Big I. Then I-25 southbound near Lead and Cola crash has multiple lanes blocked off. And then another accident has been reported near El Pueblo and 2nd Street. And we do notice that we have the wet roadway conditions and also some rain starting to fall again. So please be careful out on the roads.
Asheville, North Carolina is welcoming visitors for the National Gingerbread House Competition. This year's winner, Mary Halsman, won for her entry called the Tiny Gnome Builders. Halsman won $40,000 in cash and prizes. That event began back in 1992 with a small group of community members competing in a way to celebrate Christmas. Displays are open until January the 5th.
And now it's time for the 5 facts.
At number 5, a local high school student is defying the odds after a life-changing diagnosis. Junior Jackson Simpkins plays trumpet for the Alvarado High School marching band in Albuquerque. 2 years ago, he collapsed during band class and uncovered his rare condition called functional neurologic disorder. Jackson relied on a wheelchair at one point, but now he uses a special harness that allows him to play while he moves on the field.
At number 4 this morning, Albuquerque city officials are celebrating the work of ACS Safety Violence Intervention Program. That program works with APD's digital intelligence to prevent youth crime before it happens. Now, through digital programs, they say the teams are able to detect when kids could be getting involved in dangerous activities. ACS says that they have seen a 92% success rate over the past 2 years.
And number 3, snow is falling in the northern mountains, looking like a winter wonderland in Taos, and even some wet snow in the southern mountain peaks. In Albuquerque, 45 right now, dreary conditions, some thunderstorms forming to your east, some wraparound rain, snow showers to your northwest, and then we dry out tomorrow morning, but we cool off a little bit of a warmer afternoon before our next system.
At number 2, state lawmakers, they are working to reform how the state funds infrastructure projects across New Mexico. Larry Barker, News 13 investigation revealed the failure of the El Camino Real Museum that sits about 40 miles south of Socorro. The state invested $4 million to build the tourist attraction in the middle of nowhere. It closed its doors just years after it was built and after only having a few visitors. Changes to the capital outlay at this upcoming legislative session could include how many times money can be reauthorized for a project when no progress has been made.
And at number 1, Bernalillo County Sheriff John Allen is expressing his frustration with the judicial system as his deputies continue arresting repeat offenders as part of Operation Route 66. 640 cases are connected to Operation Route 66, which is focusing on crime within Albuquerque's central corridor. 40% of those were repeat offenders caught on outstanding warrants. The sheriff's office says of the 90 pending felony cases from the operation, only 14 are currently behind bars. Operation Triple Beam has taken over Operation Route 66 and partners with the U.S. Marshal Service, opening the door for federal prosecution.